Yo, what is up YouTube? In today's video, I'll be going over a fast and simple explanation on how to quick peek in Rainbow Six Siege and how to actually quick peek effectively. There's not a lot of people know how to quick peek, but it's something you need to learn if you want to get into those high ranks, especially if you want to hit champion in Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, this video is going to be very simple, so for those who are new to getting this explanation will help you out a lot. I'm going to try to make this explanation the most simple but easiest as possible. Obviously, there may be some features that are a bit advanced for those who are new. Not everyone will be able to do it on their first try. It does take practice. But yeah, I'm going to go over various different peaks and how to do them. I'm not going to go as so much in depth on how to actually do each peak because I could be here for hours. I'll be real. But I'm going to be going over a simple explanation and how to do it fast. Also, just a quick disclaimer, around 90% of you guys are not subscribed to me on YouTube. 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you could all drop a like and subscribe. It'd help me out a lot. I want to hit 1k subscribers by the end of 2025, which I believe I can hit, cause for me that seems like an easy goal. I aim high, but we'll never know. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could all subscribe. Also, another thing I just want to point out before the video starts, lots of people have been requesting what controller I use. I use the Gamesa G7 SE with the Red Inferno's Control Freak, as well as back paddles. My back paddles are both set to B, so that is to crouch on Rainbow Six Siege. However, I do not use the left back paddle. But yeah, we'll get straight into the video. All you got to do is literally just watch the hand cam at the top left, as well as watch my gameplay, and it'll be very simple. And we'll get straight into it. All you want to do is make sure you're in the shoot range, go into zone 3, which is the aiming lane. It should look something a bit like this. And go on the options or the settings of the shooting range. And just copy the settings I have shown on screen. Feel free to pause the video if you need. And once you've copied them settings, all you're going to have to do is basically get a target so it's in the line of fire where this black pillar slash black wall is. So as you can see, I've already got one. Maybe that isn't the greatest because it's a bit overhead height, but you can still quick peek it as long as you can quick peek an angle. So this could work realistically. Any angle that you can quick peek off this pillar works. Realistically, you could quick peek everything, but it's best to have something like this. This is a decent angle to quick peek. Now, how do you actually quick peek? I'm going to go over it in simple terms, and then I'm going to show you guys the more in-depth terms, but not so much, because I don't want to go into a long video. I want this to be a simple explanation that everyone can get. How to quick peek. Basically, all you got to do is literally learn the movement. Once you've learned the movement, it's very simple on how to quick peek. You've just got to basically implement it into the game and implement it towards a target. So the movement of a quick peek is basically, it should look something like this. This is how a quick peek should look. Let's see if I'm doing it on the target. I'll do it a bit more slower so I can get more precise shots. Make sure when you're quick peeking as well, you're adding variety. What I mean by variety is make sure you're crouching. That doesn't mean doing this, like crouch spamming. You'll get all over the place, miss lots of shots, and even hit the wall like I did a couple times. All you're going to do to quick peek is simply lean to the right, because this wall is to the right. Obviously, feel free if you want, you can do it to the left like this if you prefer, but it's completely up to you. And all you have to do is simply get used to this motion, swinging, and basically pulling back as soon as you hit the peak. So what I mean by the peak is as soon as you see the target, so right now I can see the target for example, you then click the other lean button. So in my case it's left joystick, move back a bit, and repeat, move, repeat. And you're just doing this really quick. And you want to spam press your joystick in a way so you can like jitter peek it like I'm doing. The faster you peek and the further you are away from the angle, the harder it is for the opponent to see you, as well as the harder it is for you to see them. But if you already know where it is, you've got an advantage. But yeah, that's basically the simplest explanation of how to do a basic quick peek. Move to the right as soon as you see the target, move to the left. It's that simple. And feel free to practice it on the left side. It is the exact same thing. So in, so you see the target, out, move, and just repeat. Another peek I'm going to be teaching you guys is basically, this is the most simplest peek and it is still efficient. However, I wouldn't recommend this so much. The only time I'd recommend this peek is if you're holding a pixel angle. But I'll just get straight into it. So the peek should look something like this. I'm not the greatest at this because I personally don't do it that much because I don't really like it. I feel like it just feels a bit odd for me. But this is how you do it. Simply move in. As soon as you see the target, move out. And you're just doing that. So you're essentially flicking your joystick. You're not really flicking, you don't have to, it's up to you how you do it. But as long as it looks something like this, you're moving in and out. You're not actually moving your joystick like this. You're not actually quick peeking, where you're not using your leads basically. You're just moving in and out. And the reason why I say this is good for those little peaks is because say if I'm holding a pixel peek like this, it's much easier to do that than it is to do that for most people. Obviously it's personal preference on which one you're better at and which one you prefer to do. But yeah. And the third and final peek I'm going to be going over in this simple explanation is, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, the Hashom Peek. I actually learned this from Spoit. So the Hashom Peek, if I'm saying it right, is basically, it's really hard to do on controller. You can't really do it on controller, but I'm going to show you the controller version of it and how to do it on controller. So on keyboard and mouse, basically all you're doing is you're leaning to the left, depending where the wall is. So in my case, I'm leaning to the left because the angle's here, or I'd lean to the right if the angle's here. And you're basically crouching to the side, so as if you're crouch peeking like this. Now, realistically, you only want to do this if, you know, you want to see where the target is, because you're not exposing yourself that much. And you basically want to do this as fast as possible. And all you got to do is do the exact same thing, but while sliding. Now, you literally can't do this on controller, at least I can't, because I don't practice it. However, this is very efficient on keyboard and mouse. It is a hard angle. Hard peek to do. But for those on controller, the best way to do it would just be to crouch. Or as you're sliding, when you get to about here, just pull back. So you're going to have to pull back a bit earlier on controller. And what this does is it looks really weird from the opponent's point of view, basically. This is why it gets people out so much. But yeah, it should look something like this. Obviously, for those on keyboard and mouse, it will be a lot more faster. But yeah, you can do it like this when you're crouching. Or like this if you're sliding. Obviously, mine is very bad, but it's not really a controller thing. But the easiest way to do it is crouching. I actually do this a lot. Say if I'm throwing a flashbang, I do this peek and throw the flashbang in. So right now, say if I've got a flashbang, my pistol is my flashbang. I do that and throw the flashbang, or like that. You know what I mean? It's very efficient for stuff like that if you're throwing a utility. But yeah. I know I said my third and final one, but I'm going to be doing a quick bonus peek. This one is if you're trying to bait people into into shooting you. For example, if someone is here where the steps are right there, if someone is stood right there and I want them to shoot, or if I don't know where they are. Now, this is quite risky, however, it depends on if you do it correctly. All you're going to do is simply knife the angle. And what it will look like from the opponent's view, all they will be able to see is they will be able to see a knife coming out of this window and a bit of your hand. And they will pretty much not be able to shoot it unless they've got hella good reaction time and hella good aiming. It'll look something like this. You're literally just baiting. And what they will do, if they see you peek, their first thought is to shoot. And that's how you bait people out into shooting you. Obviously this can work sometimes, but not all the time. Another way to bait people out is doing that. Obviously, this one is way more riskier compared to the knife one because you're exposing your body. However, if you do this, you can see the target yourself. Or if you've got util, as I said, you can do this. This is the Hashom Peek, obviously. Hashom Peek is slightly different, where you're sliding on keyboard and mouse. But on controller, just do it like this, where you're crouching. It's pretty much the same thing, not so much. But that is the simplest way to do it on controller. But yeah, that is it for the video. I hope this all helped you out so much. And I'm very happy and grateful for all of those who are still watching this video right now. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could all drop a like and subscribe. I'm at 90% of my viewers are not subscribed. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you could all support me and help me hit 1k subscribers. But yeah, I appreciate you all for watching this video. I hope this tutorial helped. Please leave any positive comments in the comment section. But yeah. Great rest of your day, everyone, and take care.